Have you ever wondered what happens when a prophecy pits a king against his own family? This is the story of how a terrifying prediction led to unimaginable cruelty, but also paved the way for divine intervention. Our story begins in Mathura, right after a celestial voice declared that the 8th child of Devki, sister of the cruel King Kansa, would bring about his end. Consumed by fear, Kansa, who had just spared his sister's life at her wedding, had a change of heart. His paranoia grew so intense that he ordered his guards to imprison his own sister, Devki, and her husband, Vasudeva. Imagine the scene: the celebrated princess and her noble husband, thrown into the darkest dungeon of the palace, cold, damp, and bound by heavy iron chains. Their only connection to the outside world was a tiny window, far out of reach. Their freedom was stolen, not for any crime, but because destiny had chosen them to be the parents of a savior. As time went on, Devki gave birth to her first child. Bound by a promise to Kansa, a heartbroken Vasudeva carried the newborn to the king, clinging to a sliver of hope. But Kansa's fear had turned his heart to stone, mercilessly. He ended the infant's life. This tragedy repeated itself 6 times. With each child, Devki's tears soaked the prison floor, her heart shattering into a million pieces. The people of Mathura whispered about their king's cruelty, but no one dared to stand against him. Through it all, Devki and Vasudeva held onto their faith. When Devki conceived her 7th child, a miracle occurred. By divine will, the unborn baby, who was an incarnation of Sheshanaga, was mystically transferred from Devki's womb to the womb of Rohini, Vasudeva's other wife, who was living safely in the village of Gokul. To Kansa, it appeared that Devki had a miscarriage. He relaxed, thinking fate was on his side, but the universe was just setting the stage for its greatest act. Finally, the time came for the 8th child. Despite the immense sorrow they had endured, a strange, divine peace filled Devki and Vasudeva. They felt it in their souls this child would be different. This child was the one the prophecy spoke of. In the heart of that dark, hopeless prison, a divine light was about to emerge, a light that would banish darkness and restore balance to the world. The light of Lord Krishna. This timeless story teaches us that even in our darkest moments, faith can be our strongest shield. The suffering of Devki and Vasudeva was immense, yet it was preparing them for the greatest blessing of all. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you were moved by this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tales of faith and divinity. We'll see you in the next video.